The Judicial Yuan is the ROC's highest judicial organ. In accordance with the Judicial Yuan Organization Act, it has established various internal units and subordinate agencies. The Judicial Yuan's 15 justices are nominated and, with consent of the Legislative Yuan, appointed by the ROC President. The President and Vice President are chosen from the 15 justices. As far as its administrative system is concerned, the Judicial Yuan is composed of 3 courts of final instance, 6 high courts in their branches, 3 high administrative courts, an intellectual property court, a judges' academy, a juvenile and family court, and 23 district courts. The Judicial Yuan is charged mainly with the duty of upholding human rights and people's litigation rights. Based on the principle of judicial independence, the Judicial Yuan is vested with 4 powers: interpretation, adjudication, discipline, and judicial administration. Power of interpretation. The justices are charged with interpreting the Constitution and have the power to interpret laws and decrees. When disputes arise over the application of the Constitution or laws, the justices shall explain the intent of the Constitution and the principles of rule of law. These proceedings are generally undertaken through collegial hearing and voting, but if necessary, the justices may also engage in open debate in court to ensure that points of argumentation and reasoning are totally clear. As such, strengthening the role of justices in interpreting the Constitution is crucial to protecting people's rights. Power of adjudication. The Constitutional Court, composed of the 15 justices, is responsible for hearing impeachment cases against the President and Vice President, and matters related to dissolution of political parties for violations of the Constitution. In principle, civil and criminal litigations in various courts are heard employing a system of 3-level and 3-instance. The first hearing takes place at a district court, the second hearing at a high court, and the third hearing at the Supreme Court. In the ROC, civil litigations are handled based on the principle of concentrated trial. This is intended to encourage concerned parties to submit all the facts and evidence they hold prior to the start of a suit, thus enabling the judge and concerned parties to better understand the case and confirm points of dispute. This helps ensure oral arguments are efficiently concentrated and that the function of each instance is effectively fulfilled. Criminal litigations are governed by the presumption of innocence. The prosecution bears the substantial burden of proving a crime. Under rigorous rules of evidence, concerned parties and defense attorneys are given the lead to conduct investigations to review such evidence. Cross-examination of witnesses is undertaken to verify the truthfulness of their testimony. To ensure defendants receive fair trials, maintain procedural justice, and protect human rights, complete video or audio recordings are made during trials, and interrogation results and confessions must conform to strict regulations before being accepted as evidence. For administrative litigations, a system of 3-level and 2-instance is adopted. The first instance constitutes a trial of fact and is conducted by a District Court Administrative Litigation Division or High Administrative Court. The second instance constitutes a trial of law which is conducted by a high administrative court or the Supreme Administrative Court. Moreover, to strengthen the specialization of trials, the Judicial Yuan has established specialized courts, such as the Intellectual Property Court, that is intended to effectively protect intellectual property rights. Technology examination officers are assigned to this court to provide judges with assistance in the form of professional views and judgments. To enhance judicial performance and national competitiveness, the Judicial Yuan has established an online litigation system. In July 2015, the Intellectual Property Court introduced this online litigation system, which was subsequently made available for administrative litigations involving tax matters starting in September 2015. In the future, this system will be applied to all other civil suits as well. Furthermore, the Kaohsiung Juvenile and Family Court is the first of its kind in this country that is devoted to juvenile and family cases. Such cases in other parts of the country are heard at juvenile and family divisions of district courts. Juvenile protection cases are handled via negotiation. The judge and a juvenile investigation officer first gain an understanding of the background of the juvenile in question before the juvenile's statutory or current guardian is brought in for discussion. As such, a non-confrontational educational approach is adopted to seek out the most effective guiding and corrective measures for juveniles. Family Cases Service Centers and Domestic Violence Cases Service Offices are established in all district courts, as well as the Kaohsiung Juvenile and Family Court, to offer advisory services, accompany individuals when making court appearances, and handle statutory notification. On top of providing services related to domestic cases, they have helped strengthen protection for the victims of household violence. Power of discipline. Cases in which civil servants engage in illegal or negligent conduct are heard by the Public Functionary Disciplinary Sanction Commission, following impeachment by the Control Yuan and referral by the authorities concerned. Cases in which judges and prosecutors engage in illegal or negligent conduct are heard by the Judicial Yuan's Court of the Judiciary, following impeachment by the Control Yuan. Power of judicial administration. The Judicial Yuan has established various departments and offices to assist the Yuan's president and vice president in exercising the power of judicial administration and supervising various subordinate agencies. The president and vice president employ their legal powers to put the judicial system on a solid footing, bolster performance of judicial affairs, and enhance quality of judgments and rulings. To keep pace with changing times and better serve the public, the Judicial Yuan considers judicial reform a never-ending task. The Judicial Yuan has established specialized divisions in most courts to hear financial, labor, intellectual property, medical disputes, and election and recall cases. These specialized divisions are designated to achieve prompt and professional judgments. With regard to personnel affairs, emphasis is placed on expanding the sources for recruiting judges, especially from among outstanding attorneys, prosecutors, and public defenders. To enhance administrative services, each court has established a one-stop joint service center to provide swift and convenient services, recruited judicial volunteers, and established a Chinese-English bilingual environment. Meanwhile, to strengthen supervision of judges, the Judges Act has been enacted, and a judge evaluation mechanism has been put in place with a view to weeding out incompetent judges. On the Judicial Yuan's website, the public can obtain litigation assistance with regard to education on rule of law, services of the Yuan, templates and formats of legal documents, standards of collection costs in civil cases and calculation formulas, as well as other online services. All this is intended to provide the public with a convenient and courteous judicial environment. The Judicial Yuan takes full advantage of technological advancement in court proceedings. The Tech Court ushers in electronic litigation documents and evidential data to ensure litigation procedures are even more transparent, facilitate timely implementation of court sessions, and enable more efficient queries and reminders. Taking advantage of computerized court transcripts and digitized court audio recordings, the Judicial Yuan has initiated a remote court interrogation service. Courtrooms have taken on a new image thanks to this integration of empirical experience and information technology. It's essential that judges continuously improve professional competence. The Judges Academy provides judges with opportunities for continued and advanced studies and offers various training to enhance specialization. Emphasis is placed on inspiring new thinking by broadening their interdisciplinary outlook. Taiwan is undergoing an acceleration in social changes as a new millennium unfolds. People have even greater expectations of the judiciary. To better meet societal needs, the Judicial Yuan is proactive to promote judicial reform and uphold the independence and impartiality of trials. The judiciary exists only to serve the people. Beneath the robe lies a judge's belief in seeking out the truth. When the gavel falls, it echoes each judicial official's commitment to fairness and justice.